You lovely people, Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. And boy oh boy, what do we have here? Another Johnny Depp article. But this is interesting. Honestly, I should have known. Context, it's always absolutely important. So a little bit of recap before we read this article. Actually, we can just probably recap by reading this. Maiwan feels betrayed by interview about Johnny Depp. Clarifies comment about Depp scaring the crew. He's one of the greatest actor. So I'm gonna recap here for you. I have to be honest, it's difficult to shoot with him. This is basically the last article that we also reviewed. The crew were scared because he has a different kind of humor, and we didn't know if he was going to be on time or if he was going to be okay to say his line. So what I take from this, is that obviously Maiwan, like me, it's not a native speaker in English. So I suppose that things, if are not translated properly, and sometimes the person herself can pick the wrong word. Maiwan clarified the comment in a statement to Variety, saying that she was referring to Depp's charisma. So this is the, sort of walking. Well, she didn't really walk nothing back, honestly. She just clarified her previous statement. When I made a remark about Johnny Depp being scary, I was talking about his charisma, his notoriety, his star status, etc. Maiwan wrote, I was shocked when I discovered that the newspaper had headlined that the crew were afraid of Johnny Depp because written like that and without its context, its subtleties, it absolutely no longer means the same thing. The journalist did not want to grasp the subtlety of my word. Well, I'm not impressed, honestly, that the journalist did not. She immediately ran for the word, that inoculates fear, so to speak. I would like to make things very clear. Johnny is scary in the sense of his charisma, and his status as king is impressive, she continued. I should have used the word impressive if I had known the writer Charlotte O'Sullivan would use my word in such a malicious way. Nobody's surprised that Charlotte O'Sullivan is using your word in a malicious way, simply because by trying to create dirt on somebody, they can make their favorite connections. I've said this, I don't know, probably a gazillion times, of tracing back, this toxic femininity, feminism, and going like, tracing back to the trial, and then go, you see, he was an asshole. The jury was wrong. We have the proof here. This is a pattern that keeps on happening. And so you got always this type of thing. On the other end, I'm completely fed up of also this freaking journalist running on fumes on anything, that has a negative bias. So I was reading also this article, and of course this is TMZ. It's just obviously gossip, excellence in gossip, so to speak, right? And I read the whole article, and it's funny because there is usually two sides to every story, but Depp hasn't commented about Maiwan and reported remarks, so it's hard to tell at this point what's true and what's damage control. So it's funny because closing an article like this, means that you don't understand shit about what was said, because if she wanted to do damage her movie, that makes absolutely no sense, right? So the fact that you don't understand that she's being clarifying something, obviously is just trying to fan the flame because, you want to make another article. And we all react to this. I've said this a gazillion times, but at the end of the day, I should have known. Context is key, right? And obviously, Johnny Depp is an A-lister in a small budget production where he's the biggest name. Those guys probably have never worked with such an actor. Obviously, it's going to be intimidating. And obviously, somebody, the director can use the wrong terms to describe something. And it's fascinating how this stuff keeps on happening on and on and on when there is a sort of a compelling need, right? To feed this machine of negativity all the time. And all these journalists of these fringes newspaper or this defunct mainstream media are trying like so desperately all the time to cling onto something. We're going crazy with this shit. Let's put, let's take off the foot from the accelerator pedal and just lay back a little bit here. Sometimes, like, I have the feeling that we react on absolutely everything. Johnny said, "Scabadaducci," and all of a sudden, "Scabadaducci? What is this Scabadaducci? Johnny Depp Scabadaducci," and all of a sudden they're gonna bring an entire panel of experts talking about Scabadaducci because who knows where it comes from, what it means. Where are we going with this? Of the word that I just forgot. And that's how I feel about this article. Anyway, I'm out. Thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. Also, check some of my music. I will appreciate the support. And I'll catch you later in another video.